afternoon, mga katribu. Welcome to Tribune News on Q, your go-to news source only here at Daily Tribune. We're live on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Tribune Now on YouTube, and Daily Tribune Official on TikTok. I'm Patricia Ramirez, bringing you today's top stories. Pag-asa reports that the low-pressure area east of Luzon has developed into a tropical depression and is currently being monitored outside the Philippine Area of Responsibility. Inside, severe tropical storm Emong has intensified into a typhoon with wind reaching up to 150 kilometers per hour. It was located west of Dagupan City and is moving slowly. Tropical storm Dante also remains with PAR, while the public is advised to monitor official weather bulletins from Pag-asa. Meanwhile, 40 cities and municipalities, including the entire province of Cavite, have declared a state of calamity due to tropical cyclones Crising, Dante, Emong, and the southwest monsoon. The NDRRMC reports over 2.7 million people affected nationwide, while damage to infrastructure and agriculture is estimated at over 4 billion pesos. A total of 12 deaths and 8 missing persons have been reported. Now let's move on to today's headlines. The Department of Justice has withdrawn its motion asking a Muntinlupa court to reconsider the acquittal of Representative Laila De Lima and ex-driver Ronnie Dayan in a drug case. Justice Secretary Remulla ordered the move, while De Lima, who was cleared by the court in 2023, thanked the DOJ for the decision. The case had been remanded by the Court of Appeals but reaffirmed by the RTC in June. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. on Thursday visited evacuation centers in San Mateo, Rizal to check on families affected by heavy rains and floods. Over 3,800 families are currently displaced in San Mateo alone. Centers in Cainta and Taytay also house affected residents. Relief operations are ongoing with food packs from DSWD that was distributed. San Mateo, Cainta, and Rodriguez have been placed under a state of calamity due to the continued bad weather. President Marcos Jr. also led a situational briefing at the NDRRMC headquarters in Quezon City as government agencies tackled the combined impact of typhoons in the southwest monsoon. The president stressed that these weather disturbances are no longer unusual, urging constant preparedness and semi-permanent disaster response system. We are at the mercy of the weather, Marcos added, calling for real-time updates, public cooperation, and strengthened health and evacuation plans.
Also explained once again, it's not the first time I've done it. We have to explain that yung wag na mapalitan na natin ang pag-iisip natin. Hindi ito unusual, hindi ito emergency. Ito ngayon talaga ang panahon. At mangyayari ito, sinasabi, ang estimate daw sa bagyo dito para sa Pilipinas sa taong ito, 12 to 15 na bagyo. So nakatatlo na tayo. So to be conservative, ibig sabihin, 100 pa ito na dadating. Kaya wag na nating isipin na baka magkabagyo. Wag tayo mag-isip na ganun. Tayo kasi nung lumaki tayo, very maliwanag na maliwanag kung kailan ang typhoon season, maliwanag na maliwanag kung saan nagpapaha. Ngayon, hindi na ganun. Kaya nagbago lahat. And we have to see na pag wag na natin sasabihin baka magkabagyo, paano na pagdating ng bagyo dahil darating at darating yan. That is the fact of climate change. And we are now having to think more, of course, mitigation, kung ano yung mga pwedeng gawin para matulungan nga yung mga naging biktima. Pero in the longer term, kailangan na natin mag-isip tungkol sa adaptation. What do we have to do when it comes again? Because it will come again. So, evacuation centers, health centers, ano pa yung mga kailangan natin gawin? Kapag nangyari ulit ito, SOP na naman, sige, may plano tayo para sa eskwelahan. Marami tayong health center, marami tayong medical team. Alam na natin yung gagawin natin. But we have to make those arrangements almost semi-permanent because this is going to, as I said, this will going to happen. As I told them today, this will happen this year, it will happen next year, it will happen the year after that, etc., etc. So we have to think in those terms. But I think thus far, kailangan talaga natin, unfortunately, we are at the mercy of the weather. And there are areas na hindi pa natin mapasok, but mag-aantay tayo pagbaba ng tubig. We're finding ways, kahit may baha, siyempre may mga rubber boat, meron tayo para magpadala ng doktor, magpadala ng relief goods, o kung hindi, para i-evacuate yung tao. So, we just continue to do what we always do. And so far, we are using the lessons that we learned from the previous storms, and it is serving us well. And I hope that the weather.
In Metro News, a robbery incident near the Molito Lifestyle Center in Alabang has raised alarm among netizens, prompting renewed calls for tighter security in the area. In a viral Facebook post, a man was reportedly pistol whipped by motorcycling riding suspects just outside Starbucks near Molito while walking from Alabang Town Center. The suspects fled after the victim's companions screamed, drawing the attention of nearby security personnel. Meanwhile, in a phone call with Daily Tribune, Ayala Labang clarified that the incident did not occur within their premises but along the pedestrian path nearby. Stay tuned for further updates on this case. In the United States, Columbia University will pay over $200 million to the Trump administration to settle federal investigations and restore suspended funding. The probe stemmed from the university's handling of last year's pro-Palestinian protests and alleged anti-Semitism on campus. The agreement reinstates most federal grants while requiring structural reforms. Rights groups and student activists have slammed the move, calling it crackdown on free speech and academic freedom. Armed clashes erupted Thursday between Thai and Cambodian forces near the disputed Tam Wan Torn Temple. Both sides blame each other for starting the firefight. Tensions rose after a Thai soldier loosed a limb at the landmine, prompting Thailand to expel Cambodia's envoy. Cambodia denied recent landmine use, citing war remnants. The incident follows weeks of strain and raises concerns over renewed conflict along the contested border. Aboitiz Infracapital plans to sell a 40% stake to Global Infrastructure Partners, a unit of BlackRock. The deal, still subject to approvals, would be one of the largest foreign equity investments in Philippine structure. President Marcos and Aboitiz Group officials discussed the partnership with GIP in the U.S., while GIP manages $183 billion in assets and aims to support the country's infrastructure growth through this strategic collaboration. Jericho Cruz embraces his six-man role in San Miguel Beer, providing key contributions in the PBA Philippine Cup Finals against TNT. Averaging 12.5 points and 3.5 assists, Cruz tired 23 points in Game 4 to help San Miguel move closer to its 30th title. Coach Leo Austria praised Cruz's growth since college, saying his timely impact is crucial as the Beermen aim to reclaim the all-Filipino crown. Now for entertainment, a new poster for Wicked for Good has been unveiled, showing Cynthia Erivo as Elphaba in a black pantsuit and Ariana Grande as Glinda in a blue gown. The image also features Fiyero, Madame Morrible, and the wizard along the yellow brick road. The film picks up after Act 1 as Elphaba confronts the wizard. It premieres in cinemas on November 21. And Katribu, alam nyo ba, or did you know, on July 24, 1923, the Treaty of Lausanne was signed, officially ending the World War I era hostilities between Turkey and Allied powers. It recognized the boundaries of modern Turkey and replaced the Treaty of Sevres. The agreement then marked a key moment in reshaping the Middle East and Turkish sovereignty. Now for a viral story, a story of humor and resilience. Filipino humor never disappoints, even in the most challenging times. A video is now going viral on social media, racking up 2.6 million views and over 400,000 likes. The clip shows locals turning floodwaters in a moment of laughter, poking fun at the situation they're in. How did Filipino wit steal the spotlight once again? Let's take a look.
Welcome to Persa Prinsesa! Kamay naman dyan!
That's all for now. Join us again at 4:30 p.m. for more updates. I'm Patricia Ramirez again, and this has been Tribune News on Cue.